welcome to the Electric Lacrosse web curriculum for the client. The Electric Lacrosse client will be the coaches. So some of the topics that we'll be discussing are utilizing applications and tools and asynchronous education. Electric Lacrosse philosophy. The philosophy of Electric Lacrosse is a comprehensive technology integration curriculum web designed for student athletes, coaches, and administrators. Tools and applications that we will be discussing today are Team Desktop and Screencast. Team Desktop is a software utilized for organizational management and communication with student athletes. The Screencast application we'll be talking about today is Screencast-O-Matic, which we'll be talking about later on. Asynchronous education. What is asynchronous education and how can it help you as a coach? Asynchronous education is education that creates opportunities for reflection and critical thinking outside of real-time interactions. So what that means is that as a coach you can create educational resources for your players and they don't have to view it in real time or in a face-to-face interaction. They can log on, for example, go onto the message board functionality of Team Desktop and access those resources and provide some reflections on it. For example, we will be talking about creating screencasts of game film and game film breakdown in which they can view on their own time and have some time to reflect on it. So we'll be talking about message board functionality and game planning and how that can be an integral part of the asynchronous education process. The role of the client. The role of the client is having the ability to implement applications and tools. You also want to assess the integration of technology into the student-athlete experience. It's very important as the client to understand the implementation process and making sure that students are logging on to Team Desktop, tracking the views of some of the online tutorials that you're creating. So Team Desktop and Screencast. Here are some few examples of how Team Desktop can be utilized and how Screencast can be utilized for game film breakdown. The first video here will be going through how to utilize the Team Desktop dashboard functionality.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up and use the dashboard. The dashboard is a customizable page that pulls data from across your entire Team Desktop system and displays it for you all in one place. To start, click the dashboard link in the main menu. By default, your dashboard will be empty. To add information, click either of the Add or Remove links, and then select the data sets you would like to see. I'm going to choose to see checklist videos, upcoming items on our team calendar, recent submissions to our prospect question, and the newest recruitment calls. When you're ready, click Save at the bottom of the page. The dashboard now displays the most up-to-date information from each of the sections you have chosen. Each box has links where you can click to jump directly to that section with that information. I hope this tutorial has been helpful. Thanks again for using Team Desktop, sports management software.
So one of the nice things that Team Desktop offers is the opportunity to customize your dashboard and customize the information that you want to be present as a coach, so you can run reports and also evaluate some of the current data, such as player login or schedules of players or some of the prospects that you've been looking at for your future teams. The next video is going to be providing a tutorial on how to utilize Screencast-O-Matic. Again, like I mentioned before, Screencast-O-Matic is a useful screencast application in which you can have the opportunity to create virtual film sessions. So here's the first tutorial.
Hi, I'm Bill Solik. I'm going to walk you through Screencast-O-Matic and how you can use Screencast-O-Matic to help you record matic.com. Pretty simple. Make sure and use the dashes. Also make sure you're in Firefox or Safari. This does not work in Chrome. There's an issue with Java. That's really all you need to know. So I have an account, so I'm already logged in. If not, if you want to actually keep track of your screencasts, and I recommend this, you'll want to create an account. First thing I want to do, click this big obnoxious blue button that says Start Recording. It's going to load. Now while it's loading, I can actually hide this, and I'm going to show you what I want to screencast. Whatever's on my screen will be recorded. So I already have this loaded up. I want to talk with my flute students about reading key signatures. They really struggle with that. And so instead of having to say the same thing over and over and over, I just have to show it once in this video, and then we will be set. So let's go back and take a look at Firefox. Still loading up. Most of the time it's actually going to do this and download the latest version of Java for you, which is kind of annoying, but so it goes. Once that pops up down, there it is. So way down here, Screencast-O-Matic. This computer's a little bit slow, so you have to be a little bit patient. Now's a good time to go get some coffee. Let me hide this. Come on, Screencast-O-Matic. There we go, finally. So now, whatever's in this box is what I'm going to record. I don't really want to record my desktop, so I'm going to switch back over to Preview. And this is actually enough. I can resize the screen if I want. I can change the resolution if I want. I can go full HD, and that's going to be full screen, or I can just come on over here to medium, and I'll go to the beginning of it. So that's about right. Maybe make it a little bit smaller so it'll fit. Perfect. Now I'm ready to record. If I want, I can turn the webcam on or not. If you're new to screencasting, you're probably not going to be comfortable with it, but as you get more comfortable with screencasting, I highly recommend turning on the built-in camera. It's going to take a moment for this to go, and it's going to use just my built-in camera. There I am. So yay! Awesome. When I'm ready to go, just click record. It's going to count me down. It's also going to hide this since my webcam is overlapping. That's all that warning is. And I can start my screencast. This is like a screencast within a screencast. Hello, flute students. I'm Mr. Selleck, and I'm going to walk you through Mountain Hoedown. Now, if you look over here, we have 3 flats. Over here, this is called a key signature. Because this is on my B line, the 3rd line, every B is going to be a B flat. So let's look on the 3rd line. There's a B. So that's not a B, that's now a B flat. Right here, our 4th space, there's a flat there. So instead of an E, it's an E flat. Let's look for an E flat. There it is. So when you play that, it's an E flat that you need to play. Every time there's an E is an E flat. And we have a 3rd flat, that A right there. Anytime there's an A anywhere, it's an A flat. Let's look for some A's. There's one way over here in our 2nd system. So when you see that, it's not an A, it's an A flat. That's how you read the key signature on Mountain Hoedown. When I'm done, I click Done, and now within Screencast-O-Matic, it's going to have this completely done. And I have my screencast. This is like screencast within a screen. Flip students. So you just heard me say that, so I don't need to hear you say that again. I have a few choices. If you're in a school district, YouTube is probably blocked, so you don't want to be a website for hosting websites. Or the easiest version is to publish it to screencast-o-matic.com.
I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next video, but as you can see, you'll have some options on where you can publish the Screencast-O-Matic video onto YouTube or to I've utilized MP4 videos many times, and that's been useful. about how to... So this video here is actually a sample of utilizing Screencast-O-Matic to provide a virtual film session, and some of the tools and how to look at film and how to break down film utilizing Screencast-O-Matic. Utilize Screencast-O-Matic as a coach, and how to break down film and how this can be used as a virtual film session for your players, promoting the idea of asynchronous education. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and press play on the game film. And this is just a game film that we have here, and we'll let some footage run from the game. We'll skip ahead here. So as you see this, when I put the browser over a player, there's going to be a highlighted yellow circle over the player to indicate which player I'm talking about. So here we have a player here, looks like they're getting set up for a one-on-one. So the coach, when they're speaking within the screencast here, can indicate exactly which players they are talking about. One thing that you can also do, I'm going to press pause, is with Windows 2007, you can use your magnifier. And in order to do that, in order to pull up your magnifier, go to Control Panel, go to Ease of Access, Optimize Visual Display, and then you'll go to Turn on Magnifier, and there it is, right there, and you'll check that box. Mine is already checked. So here's the magnifier here, so if you want to zoom in on a play, you can go ahead and zoom in on the play that's about to happen. So it gives you an opportunity to zoom in. Sometimes the screen can seem a bit far away. So let's see what that looks like when the screen's zoomed in. Okay. And we get a better look at what exactly is going on between these two players again. Alright, and then if you want to zoom out, you click on your magnifying glass, press the minus sign to zoom out. So it's a combination of using Screencast-O-Matic and using some of the tools that you have with Windows 2007. Really nice thing too is that you can scroll ahead, or if you want to watch a play and just scroll back, you can go ahead and do that. Some of the functionalities that you'll have from Screencast-O-Matic, I'm going to drag this up here. You can click the screen here and drag it around and to fit the screen of the movie that is playing. You can go ahead and, as you'll see, I have a webcam. There's an option to do that. And then once I'm done recording, I'll click Done. So it's a really neat tool to utilize, again, promotion. So that was a sample of how to utilize Screencast-O-Matic for game planning, scouting reports, and these can be individualized for each player. A very useful application, again, promoting asynchronous education, where a player does not have to view this in real time. They can view it anytime they have the availability to view it on the message board functionality of Team Desktop. So in order to implement the electric lacrosse web curriculum, I chose to use the 3-1 model of systems change by Newman. And there's 3 phases, which is the initiation phase, the implementation phase, and the impact phase. And with the initiation phase, we have a vision, and that vision is asynchronous education through applications such as Screencast-O-Matic. We have implementation, which is the actual utilization of the applications and tools and consistently having them integrated into the student-athlete experience. And then the impact is more learning and overall higher winning percentage. And that concludes the electric lacrosse web curriculum client version.